Hey guys, Anthony here with Solar Tradecraft. Welcome to the product research learning series. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to avoid getting sued, right? How do we prevent ourselves from getting into a lawsuit? So basically, there's two main things you got to check for anytime when you find like a new idea, a new product to create on Amazon, right? To private label. One, you got to check for patents, and two, you got to check for trademarks. So patents and trademarks are two different things. A patent is basically an exclusive right to like a design or something, right? So say I made like the speaker in like a certain way, like a certain design, then that would be a patent, right? However, but if I named a patent like Sony, Canon, Nike, like a name, then that's a trademark. So that's the difference between a patent and a trademark. So basically, when you think of trademark, think of like brand names, right? So you essentially you can't build like a shoe that's named Nike because Nike will sue you essentially, right? So what are patents, right? Patents basically give you the rights to like have a design for a while so no one else can take your idea, right? So it allows you as an inventor to be profitable, and it incentivizes people to invent stuff, right? Because you have access to that, and that's why we have a patent system. So essentially, two examples of some patents are like, one is like the Squatty Potty, right? If you guys haven't heard of the Squatty Potty, it's basically a way that it's a device that they invented that you can use at the toilet to essentially raise your feet up and make you poop easier. And they have a design patent on that, right? So the two ways that you can check for it is basically one, first, always check the company's website. So on squattypotty.com, you can see that they have patents already existed on it. And two, you can also go on googlepatents.com. So essentially that's like my favorite preferred method of looking at it. The official way of looking at it is going to the USPTO website, which stands for United States Patents and Trademarks Office.com essentially, and that's the official way to check for it. But Google Patent works really well, and it's just like a lot more user friendly to navigate through. So essentially, Squatty Potty does have a patent on it, and it is an item that you shouldn't go in on just because it has a patent, right? You don't want to get sued for doing that. There's tons of other items you can go in on, so check it out. An interesting one that I just noticed is Legos, right? So Legos actually just became, so if we search up Legos on Google Patents, what it shows is interconnectable space filling model. So if we click on this, one thing you will notice that is it is expired, right? So what it means is like, so patents don't actually last forever. They expire after a certain number of years. I forget what the exact number it is, but after a certain number of years, it expires and it's finally available to the public to recreate as their own. So if you see on Amazon right now, there's like a whole flood of third-party people creating their own Lego products now. You can't use the Lego name on your product, but you can still say it's like compatible with Lego, right? Or you can just build like your own Lego blocks now too. Okay, so that's what patents are. So don't infringe on someone's patent, or else like they could sue you for that, essentially. Next is trademarks. So naming your product, right? So naming your private label brand or naming whatever it is. So if you came up, so in this example, I have like Barbie, Nikon, and Sony. So if you created a line of doll brands, and then or kids toys, and you named it Barbie, Barbie will most likely sue you for doing that. If you create a line of camera products and you name it Nikon, Nikon is going to come sue you. If you create any electronic products like TVs, headphones, anything like that, and you name it Sony, Sony is going to come after you and sue you for doing that because they're trying to protect the brand value, essentially, of their names. So Sony is like a well-known brand. So if you start selling Sony, creating your own brands, and you name it Sony too, then of course they're going to come after you because they want to maintain that level of standard of what the Sony name is, and they want to control that. So how do you check for like if they do have a trademark on it, right? So how do you check if like Barbie is a trademark name, or Sony or Nikon, or like whatever private label product you're looking into, right? What you do is you go to this website that included in this Google Doc, and it'll take you to this website, right? So United States Patent and Trademark Office. So you go here and then you just click search trademarks, and essentially once you hit search trademarks, it'll take you to this page. So I like to just use the basic word mark search. And when you're there, basically, these are the current settings I use. They're most popular, easy settings to use. So in my example, I looked up McDonald's, right? So if you look up McDonald's, you see that there's like a whole bunch of different things in the name McDonald's. But the one thing you kind of want to look for is, say, there's this section right here called goods and services, right? So goods and services, say, someone call. Let's close that door. Goods and services, basically one section is restaurant, and then this one says letters and numbers. So basically, if they're in different sections or different categories, then potentially you could use that trademark if it's in a different application.